I'm back. Oh, it's been so long, but we're gonna get ready in my new salon. A lot has happened in the past few months. I guess a little backstory will be cool. So when the pandemic hit, I decided to quit my job. I had a full-time job. There was a lot of shit going on at the job, but the main reason why I left was because I was getting panic attacks, and not even realizing that they were panic attacks. I just would have this sharp pain in my chest. You know, I was talking to my doctor and stuff, and she is who educated me that it was panic attacks. Besides the panic attacks, I literally would feel sick walking into my job because of all the bullshit that I had to deal with. I was talking to my doctor about it, and basically she couldn't tell me to quit my job, but I am the type of person that I can read between the lines, and she basically said it's from, she didn't say these exact words, but how I interpret it was, it's either my health or the job. And I chose me. And I think that's when I really started this journey of like loving myself more and just living in my purpose, really. That's when it all started. So I'm using the beach waver, by the way, and I'm really digging it. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I do like it. It curls really fast. It heats up really fast. You just got to be a little bit careful with the spinner, because you can go real close to the scalp and burn yourself or pull your hair out. But I'm really liking it. I just gotta get used to it. Anyways, so I quit my job in 2020, and I told him it was for medical reasons, and I wasn't lying. So I decided to focus on my beauty business. I got an LLC, you know, made my business legal, made it official, and I started to do more weddings and house calls here and there. I was able to save enough money and to start looking for a salon. In those 2 years as well, I decided to take a permanent makeup course and the microblading course, and I am in the process of getting that taken care of as well. So in New Jersey, permanent makeup, which is the eyebrow tattooing, the eyeliner tattooing, the lip tattooing, it doesn't fall under the cosmetology license. So I have to basically, I took the course already, I have a few apprenticeships I have to still do, and then I qualify to take the state test to get licensed for permanent makeup. That's how it works in New Jersey. Unfortunately, I cannot do that in my salon. It would have to be a separate, it's a whole separate thing. It's a whole separate license, it's a whole separate ball game. It's basically, I could do permanent makeup in New Jersey in like a medi spa, tattoo parlor, or open up another salon, but strictly for PMU. So that's going well. I really love my school. It's a little bit of a hike. It's like an hour and a half from me in central Jersey, and I really got along with my instructors, and some of their staff was really really cool, and I still talk to them, and they helped me a lot, and I'm actually really grateful that I found them. Yeah, so I'm looking for a shop, and everywhere in my town is like super expensive. So I just start telling my clients, my current clients, hey, I'm looking for a shop, keep your eye out for me. So my one client found a shop for rent. That's what the sign said. It said hair salon for rent by her house. And her house is only like round up 20 minutes from me. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I went and saw the place. There was a few red flags, and now with the experience that I have, I know to stay away from those types of people. But I was just so determined to get my own place, and I feel like everything does happen for a reason, and I needed to go through that experience to really know, one, what I want, And two, what I don't want, I needed to go through that to build the clientele in the area that I ended up building, basically. And that's why I'm still grateful for that little salon that I was at for 3 months. So I moved my things into the salon, and the problem is that it's attached to the landlord, to his home. And there were other things involved as well that I'd rather not say, because I don't want to come on here and bash anybody or put them in a bad place. But basically, in a nutshell, he wanted to do a 3-month trial because he was so concerned that I couldn't pay his rent, which is hysterical because I gave him 3 months worth of rent up front, so this wouldn't be an issue, and he still would tell me that he was concerned. And I must look like the ultimate broke bitch, because you would think that with giving somebody the rent up front that everything would be fine. Well, it wasn't. The deal was, after the 3-month trial, I would get a lease and everything would be transferred to my name, which I talked about in the previous video about me getting the salon. So the 3 months came and he did not want to give me a contract. So I think, in a nutshell, this man likes the idea of having somebody pay him rent, but does not want to give up the salon, because the salon, like I said in the previous video, it was going to be a transfer, a business transfer, because everything was in his name currently. So we had our business meeting and it went extremely south. It was the worst meeting I've ever been in. I don't know still to this day why he got so emotional when I was speaking to him calmly. And if you guys know, this is my voice. This is how I speak. I speak, I think, very calmly, and I don't raise my voice, and I try to be very clear with my words. I mean, I don't know. It was just like he was the victim and I was the villain. Welcome to my world. That always happens. But one thing about me is that I am a big believer in God. And God has my back and will always have my back. And in a way, I look at it as him not wanting to give me a contract as a blessing, because I would not have been happy there. I can say that I'm truly happy where I'm at now. I'm here by myself, which is a beautiful thing. It's still kind of the same concept of my landlord living in the same building, but they don't have access to the salon, whereas the other place, he had access to the salon from inside his house. Whereas here, my landlord would have to leave his house to come to my front door. So that makes me feel a million times better. But at the same time, I feel like I was supposed to be at that salon at that time. And I moved into that first salon in June. And because I moved into that salon, I decided to do the national night out for the town. If I didn't move into that salon, I wouldn't have done the national night out, and I would not have met the local clients that I gained. So I think that's what my purpose was for being there, was to meet these amazing families. They're in my life now, and I'm just so blessed that they are, and just awesome people. Once I had that meeting, the next day, I come to the salon. And it's funny because this is where I initially wanted to be, but the landlord had already signed a deal with a doggy grooming company, and they were going to be here. And that was before I even found salon number 1. So remember what I say, God has my back. And everything happens for a reason. Well, after the horrendous meeting, I come back here because I just wanted to see if, I don't know, if they ever opened. Well, I see everything is black. Nothing is done. It all looks still the same like when I saw it 3 months ago. So my client knows the people that live here and knows my landlord, and she reached out to them, and basically the doggy grooming deal did not go through, and they couldn't open for permit reasons or whatever the reasons are, and that the landlord would be more than happy to rent the space out to me. So I'll give you a tour once I'm done of the space. So at that point it was mid-September. It was mid-September. Our meeting too, not to talk shit, but this is just really what happened, but our meeting was supposed to be before September and it didn't happen until mid-September. I felt like landlord number one was really avoiding me because he just didn't want to let the salon go, and he was coming up with any reason to not give it to me after that was the agreement. So once I spoke to landlord number two, I felt a lot better, and I was like, all right, this is it. And my goal was to finish out September at salon number one because I had already paid rent, and start with salon number two in October. So after I had already moved everything into salon number one, it was basically after that, that's when like shit got real, because I knew that I was gonna have to move all of my salon furniture again, and the place, salon number two, needed a lot of work, and I'll show clips of what it looked like before I took it, and I'll show you the after, what it looks like now. But it was a hot mess in here. And also, like, I felt really bad. Like, my parents, my boyfriend and his parents helped me so much with salon number one. I felt a little, almost like I failed them, like defeated, I guess. I felt a little defeated and like I failed them. And I almost felt bad asking for help a second time with salon number two, because a lot of this furniture I cannot lift, and they can't even lift. Like, you need multiple people to lift this furniture. That's when like shit started to get real, I guess, and that's when like stress like no other I've ever witnessed I was feeling every day, and just anxiety kicked up. I'm sure I gained weight in that time. It was just a really difficult time. Landlord number one, we obviously didn't come to an agreement, and has the audacity to ask me what are my plans with the salon, when it was clear as day that I had already started moving stuff out. I didn't respond to him because he was dodging my text messages and my calls, so I didn't feel like I needed to respond to him when it was obvious. And I was so busy getting this place fixed up that I just didn't even care, you know? Like, it's obvious that I'm leaving. I paid your rent, so you can't do shit about it. My shit was going to be out before the 1st, and that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, this place was not done by the 1st. It still looked a hot mess. Basically what I had to do was bring the big furniture in here, and all of the little things and like boxes and stuff I had to bring back home. Some stuff I was able to fit in this room that we're in now, but I basically took over my parents' basement again. And kind of like working from home until this finished, until this was ready. So then it was a good month to get it finished, and then to get the state out here. That was a whole nother disaster. I go to, where is it? Newark? Is it Newark or Trenton? Newark. So in the state of New Jersey, the cosmetology state board is in Newark. There's no other office it's in Newark. You know, it is what it is, which is a good 2.5 hours for me. So I go the first time and the state building is closed because of God knows what. So I drove out there with my mother-in-law and her sister-in-law for, I can't say nothing because we did end up going to IKEA and getting some stuff for the salon. They do have a really dope IKEA over there in Newark, or Elizabeth, I think it is. I decided that I wanted to drive to Newark instead of mailing it because I was on a time crunch. I needed this place open because this is my income and I wasn't making money. If you mail it, you can mail it, but it's gonna take a lot longer. You have the instructions, they're very specific on their instructions. They basically say you can mail it to this address and you have to call in a week. Ain't no one got time for that. If you go in person, they schedule your inspection date right then and there. So obviously, to me, it's worth the drive to get an inspection date right there instead of having to wait a week and then maybe another week, because that's another thing too. If you don't have the right paperwork or they have questions, they're not, like, who knows if they would have called me to tell me, hey, you're missing this, or hey, we have questions on this, because they did have a question on my stations specifically. And I had to explain to the girl what my plan was, and she approved it. And she gave me, this was the second visit to Newark, obviously not the first one. I took a second trip to Newark, and she approved me right there and sent me the inspection date. And it was October 31st, my inspection date. Basically what I'm saying is, like, you know, she had that question. Who knows if I would have mailed it in, would they call me right away? Like, who, you know, and it's like, it's the state board. Like, they're kind of, I hate to say it, but they're kind of slow with what they do. I just didn't want to deal with any of that, and I just wanted an answer right there, because I was, I guess you can say I was desperate or motivated or whatever, but I needed an answer. So we get the inspection day, and oh man, inspection date. Inspection day was funny, but I just want to say real quick too, getting this place together was a fucking nightmare. It was just because I was doing it on my own, and I just thank God for my landlord's son who helped me so much. But it was literally him and I doing this shit. Just the painting took forever, and I ended up making my own sign outside too, because I reached out to a sign company. They didn't respond back to me. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own sign. But scraping off the old letters on that sign was a bitch. I don't even know how I went through all of that, honestly, but I did. And one of my clients actually helped me make my letters on the Cricut. Even though I do have my own Cricut, she has way more practice with it than I do. She was willing to help me with that, which I'm so grateful for. So we made my letters after all the letters were scraped off, and I basically put the letters on this outside sign. When I tell you God has been with me through this whole process, it's saying very little. And then my landlord's son, he put the sign back up on the, you know, the pole. But the signs literally took the entire salon floor, just laid out for us to work on. He also helped me scrape it off. But man, been through it. What else was a struggle? Getting this place painted was, like, I feel like took way too long. Way too long. We did go from a very vibrant color to white, but still, it just, to me, it just took way too long to get painted. I don't know why, but so anyways, we get it done. With the grace of God, we get it done. Inspection day comes. With the inspection date, they say they can come from 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. So you're literally, it's a wasted day. You have to be at your shop the entire day. So I get here at like 7:30 because I'm psycho like that. And as I'm pulling up, the inspection lady calls me. And she's like, hey, I just don't want you to wait all day. I'm not gonna get there till the afternoon. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, you know what? I'm here, whatever. It is what it is. So AT&T decides to have some type of malfunction that day with the cell phones, and I end up having no service. So now I'm stuck here. I wouldn't say stuck here. I took a little nap. But the afternoon came and I'm like, well, she said like 12:31 and it's like that time, but no one's shown up. So I noticed my phone hasn't gone off, and AT&T went down that day. So I decided to drive to the shop right 10 minutes down the road to see if I can get like some type of Wi-Fi connection or something to at least like let, you know, my boyfriend know that I'm here. I have no way of getting any type of service. AT&T must be down or whatever. I tried calling her at the shop right, but I don't think it went through. So I come back to the salon and I see my neighbor across the street, and my neighbor, he's really cool. He introduced himself the first time I came to visit the salon, actually. And he let me use his landline phone. So I call her and I just want to tell her like, hey, you know, like AT&T seems to be down right now. I don't know if you're trying to reach me. I just want you to know that I am here. And she's like, oh no girl, I'm not gonna get there till like 4 something now. I'm still up in like Trenton. So basically she didn't get here until like 4:30, close to 5 o'clock. And she still had other places to go, which is insane. So everything looks great, and it's funny because I ended up getting service back that day actually, and it was past the time that she had said. Maybe at first she said like 3 o'clock. I'm not sure. But it was past the time, and I call her a second time and I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, like I haven't heard from you. I don't see you. And she's like, actually, I'm lost. So I get her here basically. First she's like very standoffish, I guess because she's an inspector, and I'm sure many people try to like kiss her ass and stuff. She's, you know, she's basically has your life in her hands. So she, you know, comes in and she's like, I need your employee books and your ID and your cosmetology license. I said, well, it's just me and here's my license. And I had it framed like they ask in the application for you to do. And I was like, do you want me to take it out the frame? She says no. Okie dokie. She starts looking around and she kind of yells a little bit. And she's like, where are those 2 forms that you need to post in the salon? And then she's like, oh wait, here they are. And I have them in my reception table because it's it's like a glass display, and I posted them there, so it's there, but it's also like doesn't look ugly on my walls or anything. Then she goes to check the hot water, and my landlord had it shut off so the electric bill wouldn't run me while I wasn't using the salon. I call the landlord. I'm like, hey, the hot water is not working. Like, what's going on? I know it worked before when we put the sink in. What's going on? So come to find out, it was off. We have to wait. Luckily my landlord's a talker, so he talked to her. She had like some Phillies gear on. He was starting talking to her about the Phillies, and that was a saving grace because those hot water heaters, they take a minute to heat up. So and she was not gonna wait. She has other shit that she has to do. So luckily by the time they got done talking about the Phillies, this hot water started working. It wasn't even hot, but it was getting there, you know what I'm saying? And that was gonna be, like, if that didn't work, she was gonna fail me. Luckily, she passed me with flying colors, and I think she was impressed because she did ask me, she's like, is this the first time that you're opening a salon? And I'm like, yeah. And she didn't say anything else afterwards. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm very proud of my salon, on how it looks, on how clean it is, how organized it is. So I would assume that somebody in her position would notice it. So yeah, I passed. My landlord like gave me a hug and we took a selfie like, hey, we passed, you know. My neighbor across the street came over. He congratulated me. I mean, I didn't have any doubts that I wasn't gonna pass because I literally followed they give you a list. The state is very specific with what you have to do, and they gave me a list of shit that I needed to have. And I followed that list to the T. And there was, I would say, if anything, the paperwork is probably the hardest. But there was a few things that I really didn't understand. But if you go on YouTube, I found a video and it explained everything for me. So if you go on YouTube and just look up cosmetology application for your state, I'm sure there's a video out there that'll help you, like it helped me. I was exhausted that day and I was just like, yeah, I think I'm going home. I was so dead. But the next day I opened for business, and came the grand opening. My struggle with the grand opening was that at this point it was getting colder and it was towards the holidays. So I wanted my grand opening in October, but the salon wasn't ready by October. So that set me back a little bit. So I went for November. I was like, it has to be November. I was like, I'm not pushing it to December because it's going to be too cold and it's the holidays. Like, people are busy. And I kind of just like, with everything that had happened, this was like the moment like I was waiting for so long, and I just wanted it. I just wanted it done. So I set it for November 19th. And I got a DJ. I had my good friend Suzette here selling her body scrubs and all her craft stuff. I had a good turnout. It was really nice. The only thing I will say is that I ended up getting sick, where I lost my voice, and somehow I was able to like still go through with the grand opening, and I had a whole speech and everything. And I don't know, again, with the grace of God, I was able to do that because I really was not feeling well that entire week. I mean, I'm sure it had to do with stress. When you're stressed out, your immune system goes down, and I wasn't sleeping, and you know, all that bullshit. So, but God is so good to me that he got me through that, and I'm definitely not a public speaker. That's just not me. Like, that's why I do hair and makeup. I'm a behind the scenes kind of girl. I don't like the spotlight on me, and I stutter. I have a little bit of a stutter. I definitely let the anxiety get the best of me, and I lose my words. It's just not a good time. But again, somehow I got through that speech, and it was, I wouldn't say it was long, but it definitely wasn't thank you and see you later type of speech. So, and I will show clips of my grand opening here. And like, I know I'm like super late to all of this. If you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you would have known all this already, but it's just been so long since I've done a YouTube video that I feel like it deserved a explanation as to why I've been gone for so long, and there's a little story time and hanging out and getting back into the groove of things. So that's like my focus right now, is getting back to my routine of filming. It's kind of hard though, because I am a one-woman show, not only in my filming but in my business as well. I work alone. Honestly, I prefer to work alone, but with that comes wearing, you know, 20 hats in your business. So it's taken me a while to get back into this routine, but I think I'm there mentally. So get ready, because I have plenty of content coming. And if you have any ideas on what I should film, please, by all means, let me know. I also am trying to do more festivals, like the National Night Out that I told you I did. Things like that, bridal shows, just to, just for more exposure, to get my name out there. You know, there's many people that do what I do. So I wouldn't say like I'm the best or whatever, but I do have something different to give. I think I am unique in that sense. You know, I'm not a shitty person, so I feel like, basically I feel like the clients that I have is because of, not because of what I do, but who I am as a person. I've been in business here since November, and it's going well. I mean, I'm still here, so. And like I said, I love it. I feel good here. I see myself growing. I have some ideas for this year. You know, it doesn't stop here. You should never be complacent with where you're at. You should always strive to, like, just be the best human that you can be, you know? And just, I don't know. Like, I could stop here, but I don't want to. I want to grow. I want to be the best that I can be with the time I have on this earth. I mean, God gave me a talent, and I should definitely be utilizing that talent. He also gave me a brain, and why not? Why not be the best that you can be? Especially in the beauty industry. You know, people can say whatever the they want to say about the industry, but there's so much money to be made in this industry, especially nowadays. So I don't know, I want to do it all. I don't see why that's a problem. I want to do it all, and I will do it all. If you guys don't already, follow me on TikTok. I feel like I have more fun there for sure with just those trendy videos. They're kind of funny to do. And the gram and Facebook and Pinterest and LinkedIn. So that's it, guys. That's my get ready with me. You'll see my little tinsel in the hair. Hey. It's something new I'm trying for the kids. Although I don't really work on kids, but some of my clients bring their kids, and I don't know, it's just nice to have something for them instead of like these crazy parents are letting their kids bleach their hair and all that. No, that I won't do, but you know, like the little clip-ins, the hair tinsel, I'm cool with. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna give you a tour of my new salon, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Okay, when you enter, that's my door. Got some 2 mirrors here. It's really hard to, oh, here we go. Got my couch, and this is my little selfie wall. Alright. This little doll chair that my aunt bought me because it's a styling chair for dolls. It's pretty funny. Got some local businesses here. Gotta support other businesses, that's important. So you walk in, here's my reception table. I got my nail price list right there. We got some stuff that I've done in the past. My business cards. I'm actually really proud of these. I designed them myself. You scan this code and it'll take you straight to my website to make your appointment. Got my little Harry Potter. And then just my polishes and my pedicure, my keynotes. Oop, this is crooked.
I just want to say that yes, there are things that Miranda does that I don't agree with. But
More nail art that I've done.
she's a notorious.
Yeah, this is just promoting the microblading.
Hey, she's tough.
My little gumball machine.
No one knows anything.
And then here's my barbering station.
I'm sorry, I can't believe this. You're defending
I
her.
got Devil Wears Prada on right now. And here's my hairstyling station, my shampoo bowl. The bathroom's right there. It's my pedicure station. This still needs work. I'm waiting on my cousin to make me a platform, and he's taken a million years. And this is my nail station. This right here is just like my work area. I do like my bookkeeping and all that. And then my nails. And then back here, something special, just like my break room and my back bar. This is where I keep my hair color. I use Matrix, obviously. Okay. And that's the newspaper article when I had my grand opening. I have it here framed. Proud moment. And then this is the, I call it the boutique. See my window art. So here I do my makeup, waxing, lashes. I have some retail items for sale. So here as well. So yeah. This is where I would bring, do bridal trials here and all that. But yeah, this is my space. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be on the lookout for more tutorials. Peace out.
If you would, step to the microphone, please. In the background.
This is a cold day, but it's a good day for Bianca. And Mayor and Council of the Borough Unit wishes her much success in your business here. And we'll spread the word. We'll help you. And any problems, you come looking for me. Know where I live. Know where I work. Okay? And the best of luck with you. Thank you so much.
Melissa, where are you?
Hey.
Hello everyone, my name is Melissa. Bianca has asked that I say a prayer for today's grand opening, so that from this day on, you know, everything that happens in this building will kind of have God's blessing on it. So those who want to, you can bow your heads with me now. Father in heaven, as we approach this week of Thanksgiving, where we celebrate friends and family and all those who we are grateful for, I ask right now that you be with us today as we celebrate this moment with Bianca, our deep friend, and our family member. Father, I ask that your presence be in this building. I ask that your presence be with everyone that comes in and goes out. And most importantly, I pray that you continue to give Bianca wisdom in the path that she's on, that you continue to guide her and protect her. We ask for these things in your precious name. Amen.
What up, family? Thank you, everybody, for being here today and joining me. It's been a roller coaster, right? To get to this point, and I'm so grateful to have gotten this far. And thank you to God for getting us here. I've always been told that I needed to choose one thing in beauty and specialize in it. That if I did too much, I wouldn't be successful. My response to that was, why? Why can't I do all the things? And when I saw that cosmetology tuition, I said, guess what, B? You're doing it all. And here we are today, proud to say, at Glamour by B, the one-stop shop. Of course, I didn't come this far alone, so a very special shout out to my parents, my friends and family, my boyfriend Tyler and his parents, Michelle and John. You guys have. And to all of you, my clients, whether new or old, you each hold a special place in my heart, and I'm eternally grateful. From my Philly John, that's you guys, to my locals, thank you for your support. A special shout out to my DJ Nikki G, thank you, who is a family friend, and I want all of you guys to listen to his online radio station. And to Suzu's Creations. Suzu's been making my foot scrubs for my pedicure service for the past 2 years. But a lot of y'all knew that already, right? Alright, I want to end this on a shout out to all the haters out there.
Good girl.
Because no matter what negativity gets thrown at me, I always overcome it. And this isn't it for me. I'm just getting started. So thank you guys so much. DJ, drop that beat.